So I have Black Cumin, Nigella sativa. It has it's originally from Asia, using a lot in Middle Eastern ingredients. It has kind of a bitter note to it. Kind of smells like coffee, grassiness, earthiness. A lot of places use it as confection and desserts. As a pastry chef, I decided to kind of bring it a little bit back and use it in a cheese course. This is what the dish we're making today. The dish we're doing is an aged goat cheese with pumpkin puree, candied maple pumpkin, pan de pisse, and some fried pepitas and some pumpkin seed oil. So basically what I did is I took the pumpkin and did the fun interactive part of gutting it. And basically what I'm going to do is just kind of wedge it up here a little bit. There's a little bit of blended oil here, and a little some salt pepper mix kind of thing going on. And this is the black cumin. I ground it. I actually toasted it first, then I ground it a little bit. So I went pretty heavy on this. Very bitter initially when untoasted, and then you get even when it's toasted, it is just a little bitter, but it kind of has mellowed out, a little more chocolate note to it. Someone compared it to hay when they tried it recently. People think of cumin, they think of like, southern, chili and Tex-Mex, for lack of a better word. This has nothing similar to it whatsoever. When I first I smelled it, and I tried to take a big whiff of it, and that was the first mistake I made. And yeah, it has really kind of coffee, chocolatey, earthy notes to it. So pretty charged. Again, I mean, they're cooked all the way through. And then this, we took over the food processor. A lot of people don't really necessarily eat the skin of a pumpkin or a baked potato, but it's completely edible, especially if you're pureeing it. And all the nutrients are in the skin as with any other vegetable. So basically what we're going to do with this now is heat it up a little bit, and then I'm going to add some Banyuls vinegar to kind of round it out. So I figured, with pumpkin, fall, maple, big in season as well. So this is basically, again, the same pumpkin, except I took the skin off this time. Oops. So we're basically going to cryo it a little bit. And so the discs go in. And then put maple syrup. Here we use have an organic maple syrup, but anything you kind of want a good maple syrup. You don't want to buy, imitation or, pancake syrup. It's not going to really taste as good as you want it to. Then a little salt, pepper. And then again, I put the ground toasted black cumin. So again, we're just going to fry some pepitas. Pepitas are just pumpkin seeds.
Did you try anything with it that didn't work?
I tried to make a brittle. So basically, in essence, I was cooking it with the sugar, and then it just started exploding everywhere. So there was hot sugar flying in the kitchen for a minute. So at Homestead, we're kind of, the concept we're going for is kind of rustic elegance. So that's kind of how when we plate, we're plating that way. Everything is placed, but it's not so geometric or structured. So here we have some pumpkin seed oil. In essence, it's just kind of gives some contrast to the plate, breaks it up a little bit. Next, we're going to put the pumpkin puree, black cumin roasted pumpkin puree, and then next is the cheese. The cheese should you sit it out for a little bit, so pretty good there. Adds a sweetness, contrast the sharpness of the cheese. And this here is a pan de pisse, or spice spread. Flour, rye flour, eggs, butter, your traditional spices that we'd use for the fall: cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, allspice. And this I put the whole toasted black cumin. The fried pepitas that we fried earlier. Pretty good.
So where do you taste the black cumin?
Black cumin, I definitely taste it. If you get a big speck of it on the puree or in the bread, probably mostly in the puree, you probably taste it. A little bit in the candied part. You have to find it through the maple syrup and the pumpkin. This will probably end up being the cheese course that's on the Homestead menu. It is coming into fall now. Quince kind of has a pear apple-like texture, not really consumable raw.